Going over to the political part podcast, Representative Illhan Omar saying that the USA is becoming one of the worst countries in the world. She's from Somalia. Keep in mind. Allegedly married her brother. Sneak him in America. Yeah. Now, this is brought to us thanks to End Wokeness. And, let's have her. Maybe she'll give some very articulate reasons why she thinks the US is one of the worst countries on the planet now. Maybe she's totally not mentally vacuous and moronic. Obviously not. No, she is. But let's hear what she has to say. She's, again, the Democrat from Minnesota.
To be coming out of our country. I mean, I grew up in a dictatorship. And I don't even remember ever witnessing anything like that. To have a democracy, a beacon of hope for the world to now be turned into one of the...
I've never seen her this mad since her brother said he wanted to see other people.
You know, one of the worst countries where the military are in our streets without any regard for people's constitutional rights.
From the guy who wants to ban free speech and ban firearms.
While our president is spending millions of dollars propping himself up like a failed dictator with a military parade.
The Army's 250th anniversary?
It is really shocking, and it should be a wake-up call for all Americans to say this is not the country we...
He stutters worse than me, and that's saying something.
We were born in. This is not the country we believe in. This is not the country our founding fathers imagined.
It's funny how leftists will reference the founding fathers while representative the antithesis of everything they stand for.
And this is not the country that is supported by our Constitution, our ideals, our values. And we should all collectively be out in the streets rejecting what is taking place this week.
As wise as she is beautiful, as always, Representative Illhan Omar getting 7.6 million views and 18,000 likes, which, again, her state is such a weak, conquered state. They changed the flag to be the one that basically looks like a glorified child's drawing of the flag of Somalia, because Minnesota is a weak, conquered state with very little values that is shared with anyone in the United States, I would argue. And again, with LA burning to the ground, Trump didn't want the state to allow that, so he stepped in. And the courts have said repeatedly, he can. Now, one of the top comments comes to us thanks to Valentina Gomez. Now, she says, quote, I'll pay for her ticket back to Somalia since she hates America so much. Gained 15,000 likes. Our favorite contrarian, the gas stove, says, quote, Illhan Omar can fix this by running for president. I mean it. I hope she runs for president. I mean, I'm not saying I guarantee a J.D. Vance win if he does choose to run for president next time around, but you have Bruce Smith responding saying she can't run for president, gained 14 likes. George Smith says President of Somalia, gained 22 likes. SL says leave the country with her, gained 13 likes. IndyCat 2000 says she should run for president of Somalia, gained 58 likes. So the gas stove was not technically ratioed by number of likes, but by volume of comments he was. Paul Zupa says, quote, deport Illhan Omar now. Enough already. The U.S. has a travel ban with Somalia, too, so she can't come back. Gained 1.1 thousand likes. Extorter says, quote, go back to whole Somalia then, brother. That's a term I didn't know was real. I don't know if that's a Scrabble word you're allowed to use, but cover your ears if you have. Well, I'll keep it family friendly. He says, go back to your shithole Somalia then, brother effer. Gained 2,000 likes, and maybe the Scrabble word of the day? I don't know. Spitfire says, quote, I'll pay for her one-way ticket to Somalia. Gained 5.3 thousand likes. Scrolling down more and more, you have Heartland Grumpson, quote, I hear Somalia is much nicer. You should move there. Gained 564 likes. Briano PhD says, quote, if America is, quote, one of the worst countries, then why are there millions of people trying to either come here or protest to stay here, unquote, gained 1.3 thousand likes. Gunther Eagleman simply says, deport her, problem solved, gained 9.4 thousand likes. One of the top comments there. Douglas Lindsay says, Omar is proof that there's massive voter fraud in Minnesota, gained 867 likes, which depends on how you define that. They also import a lot of Somalians into Minneapolis. It's basically Somalia 2.0. And there's a reason she keeps winning. Her people keep voting for her, and her people are imported more and more. Bad Hombre says, quote, I volunteered to parachute her into Mogadishu, gained 3.2 thousand likes. Sarah Sari says, how many years has Illhan Omar been criticizing America? Gained 1.39 thousand likes. Now, Dr. Sherry, although I don't see any reference material, does have a meme or an infographic meme, says Obama did this. And it says the enemy from within. Illhan Omar wasn't elected by Americans. She was elected by 80,000 Somalians that Obama dropped in Minnesota, getting 2.6 thousand likes. Justin Gage says, quote, her dad, quote, literally a colonel for a dictator that used the military to commit genocide is beyond parody, getting 2.4 thousand likes, which, I mean, the hypocrisy of leftism and leftists never ceases to amaze me. You have Crazy Vibes having a meme of Miss Omar. Says, quote, in my country, I am forced to keep my mouth shut, but here I am free to talk trash about this country in hopes that I can change it to a country where I am forced to keep my mouth shut. Getting 703 likes. Let's see here. Jody Allen says, go home. There's a picture of her without her turban, which I don't know. I'm not sure if this is a real picture, but in this picture, I'm not sure if it's AI or if it's edited. She is bald. Getting 760 or 59 likes, or she's balding. To clarify that. Calamity Jane says, quote, Illhan Omar needs to go back to Somalia. She's never assimilated to America and never will. She hates our country, getting 732 likes. Maria Isabella comes in strong with a meme. Says, quote, coming from a woman who married her brother and fled her own country because it's so great. And it's a parody movie poster instead of Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Which is a movie of George Clooney years ago. There's a picture of her. It says, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Getting 684 likes. We also have Kilter says, quote, we're turning into one of the worst countries on earth because people like her keep coming here, getting 917 likes. Liz G says, imagine a United States representative making this type of statement. Hello, Speaker House Johnson, are you hearing this? Getting 733 likes, which, again, Speaker House Johnson is, I'm not sure how to say this, woefully ineffective and disappointing. I mean, he didn't even censor Al Green when they're interrupting the process by singing in not open court, in open session, and interrupting when President Trump when he's actually speaking. I mean, Speaker Johnson is not going to do anything. David Santa Clara says, quote, this is in fact not the country you were born in, getting 977 likes. Here, I don't see anyone standing up for Omar. And again, she has a lot of people who vote for her, maybe only by mail, but yeah. Again, she's saying these things because she makes money off it. It goes viral. I mean, we make fun of her because, again, we have a modicum of intelligence, and we obviously think what she's saying is asinine. But, again, it's funny. The same clip will be used by Republicans to try to primary her, maybe, and it'll be used by Democrats to fundraise. Because, then, there are a lot of people who hate this country. They hate everything about it. Mostly call those people leftists. But, again, it's the same clip, but it'll be used by both sides to increase campaign funds. So I'm not even sure that's technically like a political blunder because, again, she has so many donors. And I suspect this will actually probably help her, as stupid as that sounds. But let me know, do you think this will have any net negative benefit on her career? I mean, will she ever lose re-election? Will Minnesota ever turn red in our life? Let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, and comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.